Hello and welcome to the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. It's Andrew Weaver here, CEO of LawyerFair, and today I am in the fine and fair city of Bristol, of which I know an awful lot, have known an awful lot over the years, not least the fact that my West London neighbour is a Bristol Rovers fan, so I have shared his ups and downs over recent years. But I'm here today in the company of Rob Lovell from Accounting Web. Welcome, Rob.
Hi there, Andrew. Thank you, and welcome to Bristol.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Now, you may or may not be aware of the LawyerFair Daily Podcast, but the idea is to cram a lot of information into 3 or 4 chatting minutes, if I can put it that way. And I would like to know more about what Accounting Web does and the value that you provide your stakeholders.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm Robert Lovell, and I'm managing editor of Accounting Web. We've been around since about 96, 97, one of the first sort of online publishers in the professional space. We've got a very large and active community of finance professionals. We're the largest independent online professional community in the UK. We've got about 120,000 registered users, and we get about 1.5 million page views every month. So it's growing, and we're really kind of servicing the accountants in practice and also accountants in business who might be in the role of a sort of CFO or FD in a small, medium-sized business.
Well, I have to say I knew a little bit about that because that's partly why I'm here today, to meet you. But also my good friend Henry Tapper, who you know well from Pension Playpen, and we'll perhaps discuss auto-enrolment in a moment. But he speaks again very highly, and so there's lots of great relationships out there and networks out there. These guys were showing me some great kit that allowed them to just track various conversations that are going on, because you've got some very vibrant forums on the platform, haven't you? Sorry, Rob. All I was going to say was that I was quite fascinated with the kind of ups and downs of different topics, but that seems to be a kind of constant issue. So are there other issues that you pick up on as being particularly of interest?
There are, yes, and we get, as I said, a lot of feedback from the members. They provide a lot of the content themselves, and we track the area that they post their questions and answers, which is called Any Answers on the site. Get really good engagement there, and as you say, we can look back over the last few months, and we've been tracking it on certain key topics and themes, and of which VAT, as you mentioned, is a real consistent since the start of the year and the introduction of the new VAT-MOS rules. We've seen real high levels of questions around there, and on other things it's a bit more up and down, but it's great that we can now kind of graphically track what is most interesting, and we can provide and encourage content around those areas of interest as well, so we can really service the needs and get some key answers to our members.
So well, that's great, isn't it? You're generating content that is actually required and of interest to the market, rather than just pushing out stuff that you don't know whether they're interested or not. Yep. Now, you've got this kit that tracks, essentially it's kind of Big Brother kit off the record, that tracks what we're all talking about. But what's coming down the pipeline, do you think that would be of real interest to your stakeholders?
Absolutely. We've certainly seen in the last few months as around auto-enrolment. You mentioned Pension Playpen there.
Our old friends, Henry.
Yeah,
our old friends
of ours as well on Accounting Web. So we're seeing now it's really the part of the programme is getting down to the small and micro employers, and that they're typically the clients of a lot of Accounting Web members. So as they're nearing their staging dates, a lot of them who might see auto-enrolment as a bit of a burden, red tape or whatever, are actually turning to their accountants for advice, and for someone like an accountant to take control of that. And we see auto-enrolment as a great opportunity, a revenue opportunity for accountants. In particular, as things are becoming more automated, and there's a general move in the profession away from basic compliance and tax and bookkeeping services. A lot of technology is coming in and replacing those services, and accountants are moving more towards the business advisory side. So something like auto-enrolment and providing that service to your clients is really enabling greater revenue opportunity for them. So we're supporting that. We've got a No One Gets Left Behind awareness campaign, and we're very active also in the Friends of Auto-Enrolment group. So we're hoping to see more engagement in that area and provide more content on auto enrolment in the months ahead.
Brilliant. Well, can I say to the one or two listeners that there probably are for this daily podcast, Rob had no notice of that. So can I thank you very much for cramming so much information. We are on this lovely 6th floor office. You've got a great view of Bristol city centre behind you there, Rob. But listen, thanks so much for joining us and for giving us so much information. That was the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. I'm Andrew Weaver, and goodbye.